Hi everyone, welcome back. This is the 36th video in our series on building a chess engine from scratch in the Java programming language. Our focus today is on the GUI, and I'm going to focus on two things today: the ability to flip a board and to highlight the legal moves on a board. And I've taken the liberty to write this code out. I'm going to explain it. I'm going to try to see if I can cover more topics with less time, which would be the best of both worlds. I know some people have said, you know what, I like the longer videos. I've also had some feedback that says I actually like shorter videos. I'm going to see if I can do the best of both worlds here. So this is going to be a little bit more content packed into a little bit less time. Let's see how it works out. We'll do it on the fly. Hopefully it'll work for you guys. So what I've done, the first thing that I want to introduce you guys to here is this board direction enum. Okay, and this board direction enum is basically going to tell us whether the board is oriented in a normal fashion or in flipped fashion. And there's two methods on here. The first method basically just says for a given enum value, get the other one, right? So no, normal returns flipped, flipped returns normal. Okay, and the other method is called traverse, and traverse really tells us whether we want to how to traverse the board tiles in that using that strategy. So like the normal strategy just says you're going to traverse the board tiles in the same way that they came to you, so just return the board tiles. In the flipped strategy, you're going to invoke a convenience method in Guava called lists.reverse, and I think the name speaks for itself. You're just going to reverse the list and traverse it in reversed fashion, obviously without mutating the list itself. So that this enum, right, is going, now that we've added this enum, right, how's it going to be used? Well, we're going to add this member field called board direction to our table class, right, and we can look and see find usages, right. We're going to start by saying that when we construct a table, the board orientation is normal, right, and let's see where it's being used here. It's being used in a couple places. Why is it showing up here? Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. So what we say is find usages. Aha. So what I've done here is I've created a new menu called preferences, right? And I'm going to add preferences into, so you'll see create preferences menu, and the preferences menu, I add a menu item that has a listener, and when that listener is invoked, when the user clicks on it, we're going to get the opposite board direction. We're going to calculate, we're going to say what's the current board direction. In the beginning, oh, it's normal. So get the opposite of normal. It's going to get flipped, and then we're going to call draw board, right? Draw board's going to then do what it used to do, but slightly differently. It's going to invoke the enums method traverse on the tiles. So it's going to basically execute the for loop in the order of traverse, right? If the board direction is set to normal, it's just going to traverse them in the same order that they came. If it's opposite, it's going to traverse them in the opposite order. That's it. So we created this create preferences menu, and you can see that the only thing I've done is in create table menu bar, I just say table menu bar dot add preferences. And when I do that, then if you were to play and you were to hit preferences flip board, voila, you can now flip the board, right? So that's pretty nice. The other thing that I want to show you guys is the ability to highlight legal moves. So in order to do that, I want to start sort of here at the bottom in highlight in this method on the tile panel called highlight legal moves, right? So I haven't actually written all of the code here. I've written most of it, and so I will write a little bit of code with you guys. But so this outer predicate really is just saying do we want to highlight legal moves or not? And that's going to be based on something that the user picks in the in the preferences or in the options or something like that. But assuming that's true, what we're going to do is we're going to walk through. We're going to look at the piece that they selected. That's what piece legal moves does. We're going to get the legal moves for that piece that they selected, right? So it's going to say piece legal moves board. If a human moved piece, we introduced this in the last video, if the human moved piece is not null, that means they've selected a piece. And if the alliance for that piece is equal to the current player, right, then calculate that piece's legal moves. Otherwise, return empty. Okay? So we're going to walk through each of those moves, and we're going to say if that move's destination is this current tile, that means that's a location that the piece can move to, then go ahead and draw something special on this tile. That's what this line does. It says add a label with an image icon, and we did this when we were, we used this pattern when we were adding the piece images. We're going to say new file, and notice that I've added a new graphic. You can get this from my GitHub repository. It's called green dot, right? So art miscellaneous green dot. Okay. So now, if we were to hit play, when I select this tile, it's going to show me the legal moves. Now, notice that it's wrong. The legal moves for the tile here on E2 does not include these two squares. So it's actually, I can use this as a debug tool to demonstrate that we messed up when calculating the pawn's legal moves. Of course, this isn't a gold standard testing tool. We need to write unit tests, and we haven't gotten to that really in this series yet. But it lets us know that, yeah, we need to revisit the pawn. It's not correct. If we highlight the knight, it looks correct, right? And those are the only types of pieces that can move on the first move in a chess game. So let's see what happens when we make a couple moves. That looks right? So the queen's legal moves look right. That's pretty cool. The bishops look correct. Okay, so it's getting better. Things are getting better. So let's see if we can get this predicate to work correctly. In order to get this predicate to work correctly, what do we want to do here? Let's see. We need to introduce some sort of option to the top. So I guess we should put it in the preferences, right? Maybe we can put it right after flip in the preferences. So let's go up to the preferences menu, and let's say preferences menu dot add separator. Give us some space and say final J checkbox menu item legal move highlighter checkbox. The new checkbox menu item, and we're going to call it highlight legal moves, and we're going to default it to false, and we're going to say legal moves highlighting checkbox dot add action listener, new action listener, and we'll say highlight legal moves is equal to legal move checkbox value dot is selected. So now we just need to introduce highlight legal moves as a member field. So it's going to go to the very top. We're going to come down here and we'll say private boolean highlight legal moves, right? And highlight legal moves should be defaulted to false. And Now we just need to go to the bottom and say if highlight legal moves. Right, and we'll probably clean up this pattern, but I think that's right. I think that's right. So let's see. Oh, you know what? I always seem to do this. I didn't add it to the menu, I don't think. So after you do that, you need to say preferences menu.add, right? So let's see. I need to say preferences menu.add. Oops, add and highlight legal moves checkbox. All right, I think that's right. So let's see if we got that right. Okay, good. So when it's not checked, it doesn't do anything, but when it is checked, it shows it. Great, fantastic. So those are the two topics that I wanted to cover today. You know, the things that remain outstanding are, hold on, let me quit these rogue versions of our application. So the remaining topics I want to cover are the taken pieces panel on the left, in the GUI specifically, the move pieces panel on the right, the debug panel on the bottom, and the swing worker that's going to kick off the AI thread when you're playing against the computer. We might need to come back to that because first we need to develop a basic AI. You know, the first one we'll develop, maybe it could be something like a random move, make a random legal move, just enough to get us back to this. So anyway, please make sure to rate, like, and subscribe. I hope this is going well for you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video.